I'm not going to think anything except thoughts. That's what Harish said.
Yes.
That's what Harish said.
No.
Sorry, I don't call you Harish in this podcast, do I? That's what Hershey said. Before.
Too late.
Huh?
Too late. You already called me Harish.
It's on record now. Can't be rewritten.
Yeah.
So that is what Harish said. I mean Hershey said before this podcast began. What was it again? What was that quote?
It's something about thoughts. I don't think thoughts.
No. You said no. You said that I'm not going to think about anything except thoughts. And on that note, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're listening to us. I'm sorry I delivered this with such a flat voice, but the radio friendly voice just doesn't come naturally to me. And I think I'm a bit too relaxed for like that kind of fresh sort of introduction. So I think you'll have to make do with this.
Fresh and be pure. No, not sponsored.
No, there's nobody sponsoring us.
No one.
Do you know how many listeners we have on a monthly basis?
Yeah, at least 2.
I think the 2 is just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
It's a narcissistic endeavor. It's a self-indulgent, shameless sort of endeavor to just satisfy us, our thoughts, and make ourselves feel a little more important than we actually are, because our professions don't make us feel that way. Oh, shots fired!
Shots fired!
Boom, boom, boom. What is that?
Oh yeah, Aditya Dasana.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shots fired, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Like, I feel like therapists also sometimes need a space where they can share their thoughts.
Thoughts.
We get back to thoughts. Excellent.
Yes. Oh, therapists need our own space for ranting and bitching about people. Oops,
well, that's
PG-13.
why. Oh no, PG-13. we gotta blur that out. But anyway, that's why we go to other therapists. So we re-traumatize therapists with the with the trauma that we are facing, and then they go to other therapists. Hopefully. And then they go to other therapists, and then somewhere some therapist goes to ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, that's probably every therapist.
At some point. Come on, we know you're guilty of it. We know it. You don't have to hide it from us. At some point, every therapist has, maybe not a full-blown therapy session, because we know that that's not the right thing to do. And because it's actually not effective, ChatGPT tends to agree with everything that you say.
Oh yeah.
But maybe for very specific fixed issues, you want a quick solution for it. And you want an added perspective, people do go to ChatGPT.
This latest news that came out, I saw it in a reel about ChatGPT being so agreeable that it's agreed to things that are dangerous.
Oh yes.
You've seen that?
I've seen that. I think I'd even shared it with you. That reel where there was this meth addict.
I'm talking about that.
Yeah. Can you explain that then?
Yeah, I saw it, and it said that ChatGPT said the meth addict told the meth addict to it's all right. You can try a little bit of meth to get through the week.
Yeah, get through the week.
To get through the week, and
you've been very strong. I mean, your determination and your abstinence is very admirable. Maybe a little bit just to get through the week. It's fine.
Was it meth or was it math? Oh, you can try a little bit of math.
Yeah.
Because aren't words like meth not allowed?
Words like meth are not...
some words are censored and some topics are not kind of allowed to explore in ChatGPT, right? They have the guidelines.
Hey, the kind of prompts I've seen you put in,
I
think you have. I think Harish here has very officially manipulated I don't know what to call it, the LLM algorithm. What
LLM?
The LLM is learning language model. That's what ChatGPT, Gemini, and all these other. Yeah, so Harish has successfully manipulated.
I have not done
these models to really bypass the censor criterion.
Have I?
Yeah.
No, it just calls me girl and what? just very sassy with me. That's
No,
all.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
actually, yeah,
the topics that
we
you're
were
talking
talking about Greek mythology, and
Hmm.
I was discussing Greek mythology and the very spicy things that, as a lot of you know. in
Okay,
Greek
give us an
mythology.
example.
For example, so this is not PG-13 anymore.
It's okay. It's
Who
just the two
cares?
of us listening to this. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's just like us going to
Okay.
hear
Some
it back.
spicy. Okay, let me recall. One example would be how this is not even like nothing's coming to my mind except Hera or Hera. Hera, Zeus's wife / sister. So Zeus, he someone's baby, okay, his baby, but like it's his kind of illegitimate child. He took the child and put it on Hera's breast to breastfeed, and she woke up from her sleep, and the milk sprayed all over the universe, and that became the Milky Way galaxy. Oh.
So wait a second. So the Greek people knew about the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, that's the interpretation. That's what people. Yeah, that's the myth, at least. Sorry, you can hear this. Was that sniffling thing?
Sniffling. That's okay.
Off my nose.
We are not going to apologize for very natural bodily reactions that happen. Except if somebody farts on this podcast, then maybe we will apologize. But for other things, maybe you'll have to deal with us. So milk. Actually,
so
thank you for that image.
Yeah, there were other things. There's mention of like gay, gay intercourse. I mean, that's weird. Gay sex.
Gay intercourse. There is a mention of gay intercourse.
Gay intercourse. Gotta keep it
classy.
Gotta keep it classy and textbook,
My God, I sound so cringe. Anyway, continue.
He sounded like sounded fine. There was mention of Greek gay sex in hell. With this, I forgot the name of the Dionysus, I think is his name. So that guy is like a bisexual androgynous queen of the Greek world.
Yay.
And there's a lot of mention of like rape and just some spicy. Oh yeah, I think Aphrodite she was caught having sex with this other guy.
Hey, 1 second. Is that why aphrodisiac is a substance that's supposed to increase sexual libido?
Yeah,
it's named after this person.
Aphrodite?
Yeah,
I think
I'm
so.
assuming.
Yeah, she is the god of like beauty and
lust.
I think so. Yes. So she is that feminine energy goddess. So I'll just put my phone. So yeah, that's Aphrodite, and Arachne. Just speaking of Greek mythology, the spider. Do you know where that name comes from?
Spiders?
No.
Did the spider come first or Arachne come first?
According to Greek mythology, Arachne, the woman, came first.
Oh, okay.
So she challenged, was it Aphrodite? She challenged someone, okay, that I can weave better than you. And she actually did. Arachne is the name of the woman. She weaved this beautiful tapestry or something. And then she was punished by this god. I don't know, was it Aphrodite or someone? Because Greek goddesses are petty that way. She punished. Jealous much, yeah. And she turned her into a spider that can shit silk. So I mean, like, yeah.
So where did she get her silk from before?
She had it. I don't know. Don't ask me. I wasn't.
Was it just the no? My question is it just the cavity? Like from the anterior cavity, it's just replaced to the posterior cavity from where the silk is being generated.
Anterior to posterior. Oh my God, I didn't think biology would come up.
Or is it again one of those cases where the breasts produce silk? I mean, if the Milky Way is there, then...
Yeah. You know what? Good question. We can keep that for later.
Yes.
To ask ChatGPT.
Actually, ask ChatGPT right now.
Okay.
The question should be that did Arachne, right? Is that the name?
Arachne.
Yeah, did Arachne before getting converted into a spider? Arachne. Before getting converted into a spider.
Getting converted to a spider.
Generate silk.
Where did she get her silk from?
Okay. Yeah, let's not do a leading question. That is something that we are taught as therapists also, by the way.
What?
That when you're asking questions to a client, don't make it a leading question.
Oh, yes.
Like,
yes.
oh, this must have felt bad, right? You're not supposed to label the feeling for them.
It should be open-ended. We call them open-ended questions. I like how you're bringing things back to therapy.
We have to, no? Like, at least we have to pretend for it to be therapists in afterthought in some way. Well, anything we think would be therapists in afterthought.
True. Okay. Yeah.
Read it out.
Okay, so in Greek mythology, Arachne was a mortal woman known for her exceptional skill in weaving. Before she was turned into a spider by goddess Athena, her name is. She's one
the wisdom goddess. That's very wise of her. Huh. How wise?
Arachne used regular weaving tools and materials like wool, flax, and linen threads, not silk from her own body. So silk just did not exist before Arachne.
That's kind of sad.
Arachne was talented. Yeah, she was a talented weaver. Whatever. Offended Athena, challenged her into a, weaving contest. Arachne's tapestry was flawless and even mocked the gods, which enraged Athena. So as punishment, she was transformed into a spider, which is why we call spiders arachnids.
Is that a punishment though? Because silk is actually a lot stronger than any other material she was probably using.
I guess so. She was no longer a woman. She had no, what do you say? She was a arachnid. What do you call those things?
I mean, the arachnids still have genders, right?
I think so. And
they became gender ambiguous. That sounds cool AF. Like, yes. You get 8 legs, you're strong AF. You still retain the ability of making beautiful tapestry. And the material that you're gaining is much stronger than any material you used in the past. Like, so you look more punk rock, metal or whatever.
Wow.
And like the bigger punishment, I would argue the bigger punishment would have been to take away her ability to make such beautiful tapestries, like chop off her arms or something, because that way she would not be able to make. But here it feels more like an upgrade.
Oh yeah, that you
honestly I feel that the plot has just mischaracterized Athena's intentions because they don't understand women.
But yes, you know what, maybe, but Athena has done things like that. Wasn't Athena the one who punished, what was her name, Medusa?
Medusa was punished for what?
She was raped by Zeus.
And then that punishment enough? Then what happens?
Let me quickly Google that.
Google. Sure. Yeah. Let's quickly Google it. We're being completely honest here. No LLMs were harmed in the process.
No.
Oh, you're tapping. See, you're just making us look old. Okay. This tapping, the tapping generation is it's a thing of the past.
No, that's, dude. Just the other day, someone was doing this to their phone and it worked.
Was it a person who was as old as us?
Yes.
Absolutely. See, there you go. I don't think you'll find.
Sorry. What were you saying?
No, nothing. Continue.
So yes, Medusa was punished by Athena, and here's what happened. So Medusa was a beautiful mortal woman, one of Athena's priestesses in Athena's temple, and she was not originally a monster. Okay, my bad. Medusa caught the attention of Poseidon, the god of sea, and then Poseidon assaulted her in the temple, mind you.
So Poseidon was the one who assaulted?
Yes, Poseidon.
Okay.
Poseidon was the one who, did things to her. She violated her in the temple of Athena's temple. And then Athena freaking goes and punishes Medusa.
How?
Turns her into... Although there are different interpretations of this.
Okay.
Like how Athena turned, like you said, right?
Yeah.
It might
have been an upgrade.
It might have been an upgrade. So a lot of people say that either it was a punishment. She turned, what's her name? Medusa into this monster that no one can, that just cannot love anyone. And if someone even comes close to her, looks into her eyes, that they'll turn into stone. Either that or give her the ultimate shield, like ultimate strength against men and like people.
Oh, maybe maybe Athena knew secretly that Medusa was just not into men.
She was a priestess. Ooh, wow, we are doing a gay reading of this.
Yes. What did he say? Gay intercourse.
Gay intercourse.
Gay reinterpretation of the Greek text.
Oh my god. But the thing is, it does not. Her snakes do not discriminate against gender. At least I don't know of. I don't know if they do.
Maybe she was an asexual queen.
Wow. Hey, let's go. But this guy, what's his name? Was it Apollo? One of the demigods or gods. He killed Medusa at the end, and he took her head as like a trophy of sorts. So she didn't have a good ending.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess good endings aren't a luxury that's afforded in the Greek tales. So
nope.
I think.
Nope. So Perseus was the one who was sent to bring back Medusa's head, and he's known as one of the greatest heroes of the Greek mythology. So,
who was writing this? Like, see, actually, there's an interesting sort of segue I have here.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a segue, just a meta commentary.
Okay.
That who decides the winners and losers in a story, right? Like here we are like sort of feeling sorry for Medusa, but then the person who mercilessly murdered Medusa, who already was having a horrible life, and then held her head as a trophy and carried it around, is celebrated. That like it's what I'm trying to say here is the power of stories is such that depending on who is narrating it and depending on who has the power to narrate it, they can decide their own winners or losers on the basis of what suits their agendas.
There is this quote that you're right, whoever writes history has the power, I think. Oh, there's another quote that I remember. It's kind of a cheesy one. But no, it does make sense about colonialism.
Well, you cleared your throat, so I think there's a good quote coming.
I wouldn't say that. I don't remember it that well, but it was something along the lines of I'll explain it instead of saying it. It was something along the lines of to a hunter, like a lion would only seem as like they would. What was that? What am I trying to say?
I think you're saying a hunter would just see the lion as
like a predator. Yeah. Because they cannot they cannot
talk.
Lions cannot talk, yes. So they can't tell their story, basically.
Yeah.
So this was a metaphor for colonialism, basically. So like people who colonized us.
Savages. They call us savages.
They call us savages. They call us Orientals. You know the whole theory of Orientalism.
Oh, actually, I don't know what the theory of Orientalism is.
I think, was it Said? I don't remember who wrote this paper on Orientalism, but I'm sure
Blessings to you. We're sorry we forgot your name, but continue.
Yes. But basically, Orientalism, yeah, they wouldn't know about our culture. They wouldn't know about our traditions. They would see us as barbarians. That's what people did. How did we get to this topic again?
No, we were talking about the meta commentary of stories as to who decides who are the heroes and the villains, the ones who are in power and who can use those narratives to further their agendas.
So just going back to Greek mythology again, and as therapists, why I do think about this is because, just to connect it there as well, we only, like, at least I only have the perspective of my clients, and there's my whatever they might be telling me, my only job is like support, well, not my only job, but my primary job is to support them and sort of get them out of their whatever situation they are in. It's part of the job, right? And like I've gotten this question from my clients: what would you do if someone's lying to you? What if they are sort of not good people or something? You sense that they're being sort of, what do you say? They're doing something wrong, or they're, basically they're not telling you like the whole story. And I kind of told them that it's not my responsibility, right, to dig out the truth. I think I don't. At least I don't.
Like they are asking if, how do you make sure that the client is not lying to you as a therapist?
Yeah.
And you answered by saying that it's not. Continue. It's not your responsibility.
It's not my responsibility. Because the relationship is built on truth. And it's their responsibility to tell me the whole truth so that I can help them. And this thing, I've gotten a lot of clients who, just if I was talking to someone else outside of the therapy context, would come off as an asshole. Right?
Yeah.
But in the therapy context, no matter what, you have to see things from their perspective. A lot of the times this opens a lot of doors for a lot of gray areas. So let's say someone is cheating on their partner, right? So, I mean, before I was a therapist, I had like a very black and white view on this. But after getting into that, the whole why people cheat, it's so layered. It's like there's a lot of things happening from the other person's side. They're feeling emotionally kind of disconnected from the other person. They have their own struggles. They are trying so hard not to cheat. They're beating themselves up. And just the fact that they are in therapy admitting all of these things means that they're trying to change, but just they aren't. This is an example, right? So, and what else? I mean, just that. I think victimhood, I'm not sure where I'm going with this thought. It's like a very scattered...
No, I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah?
In the sense that, firstly, we are not condoning cheating as such. We are just saying that it's not a black and white issue. That's first thing. And the second thing is, I feel that what you're essentially trying to say is that it's not the act of cheating itself or that act in isolation that made the relationship go from all rosy to all bad. I think a lot of people think of it like this, that everything was so good, then why did this person have to cheat? But there's always, the cheating happens after a set of misunderstandings and disappointments and miscommunications. Now that doesn't justify the act itself.
It doesn't, yeah.
But there was something dysfunctional or something not working out a lot before the act of cheating even happened. Maybe you were like sort of talking about those kinds of layers, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so. And why I was also thinking about this, what was this thing called? The Greek mythology thing? Yeah, at first, initially, at least in school, I also thought that Medusa was such a monster. And that I did not know this whole angle of her being, violated by Poseidon. Yeah, a lot of people don't, I think. And this thing, of course, she was so vengeful, and she went from like this, and I didn't know this either, about her being like a priestess and this most beautiful woman, such a, morally something, all this, like a normal woman, I guess. normal goddess, not goddess, woman of that time, who became a monster. And then, well, there are more thoughts. There's so many thoughts I'm getting right now.
Well, I would just say that it's not your fault that you thought of her as a monster. It does sound terrifying that she has snakes instead of hair strands.
I've seen her in a lot of movies where people are whoever slays her. Slay. Whoever. I can't help it, I'm gay.
Okay. Be gay. Anyway, continue.
So, am I brushing against this?
Oh, did you brush against it?
I think so.
Sorry for that. We had to cut some part out because there were some technical difficulties. Where were we last? Where we left off?
We were talking about Medusa.
Yes, I think so.
And you were telling me that how you were talking about victims and the people who write history, who decides who's a victim, who's a hero.
Correct. And you were saying something about Medusa, like the story was already against her from the very beginning.
Yeah, the narrative was against her.
Yeah.
And
she was already portrayed as someone that needs to be someone that needs to be
slayed.
Yes.
Slayed. Yeah. And no one kind of gave her a chance to tell her own story, I think. I don't think you have. I haven't read. I'm sure there are books and literature out there from Medusa's point of view. But it's a lot of you have to interpret things just from whatever is, whatever's available. Whatever, like, in the sense that, she was violated in Athena's temple. She was punished by Zeus. So she must have felt so traumatized. She must have felt this way. I haven't heard stories of, I felt this way, like me, Medusa. I was like absolutely, destroyed because of what happened to me. And, yeah, it's like she does not have the privilege of having a say, I guess.
Yeah. And that's where you need, I think, those voices which sort of come in to like sort of fight for that character's worth and like the mischaracterization that has happened in the story.
Yep.
So it's like there's like that. This actually reminds me of a therapeutic technique called narrative therapy, which talks about how if you narrate your life experiences as stories, there is one story that you consider as the canon, which means that's the real story, or that's the main story, or that's how it has happened. And then after further analysis, you can like sort of see that the same story can be narrated a different way, and then there can be a third way and a fourth way and a fifth way. And then obviously if all these kinds of stories sound plausible to you, like yes, this happened, but then this is also how it can be interpreted, and this is also how it can be interpreted, and so on and so forth, then wouldn't you want to take the story which paints you and your unique circumstances and your compelling circumstances and all of those things, and puts you in a more positive sort of light? And that's important because as much as we would like to deny it, our perception of ourselves in a way comes from how we interpret our past actions and how we interpret ourselves on the basis of those past actions. And if we see ourselves as losers or like side characters in the larger story of life, then that's going to shape our future as well. So in a way, to heal ourselves from that kind of self-defeating thoughts, we adopt a different story. This is a very Cliff Notes baby version of what
it's a pretty good
and there's another interesting thing in it, which is stories, just like how we talked about the Medusa versus
Perseus.
Medusa was portrayed as like this all bad, negative, and that facet is also very skillfully used in narrative therapy, where like let's say the person who has cheated, so in normal tellings of the story, it's the person who is the villain, who is the negative facet of the story, who is all bad, and like we make binaries there. Whereas narrative therapy has this concept called externalizing the problem, which means we don't take the person who committed the act of cheating as the villain, but the act of cheating itself as like the villain. So it's like you take cheating and then you sort of give it some physical attributes. Let's say you describe the word cheating as like this silhouette of a human being, let's say, for as an example, silhouette of a human being, and then you describe what cheating is, like what is the personality of this cheating like. They're jealous, they're lustful, they're unsatisfied, and basically the point is you do not explain cheating as a human character who has complex emotions. You actually use the binary, and cheating is representing every single thing that's bad. They are unequivocally and cartoonishly a villain in the story. And once all the bad attributes are like sort of used up in describing cheating, the human who committed the act of cheating is relieved of that label, and then it becomes you and the person against the enemy who is cheating. And you are a team.
Yep.
You have teamed up with the person, and you're in this quest to defeat cheater. If you want to call that, you want to defeat cheater, and you have to strategize and plan against this cheater. And the cheater is very devious and will try to do all these things, and you have to like sort of find ways to overcome it. So that reminds me of that saying of like in a relationship, it's not you versus me, it's us versus the problem. So I think narrative therapy really takes that saying and puts it into practice in a therapeutic sort of context. Sorry for that nerdy rant there, but
no, that was great. That's what we are here for. Therapists enough.
At least now we are
we're on a therapy path. This reminds me of Laurie Gottileb. Naturally, everything I think about therapy related just somehow goes back to Laurie Gottileb.
I'm so sorry for this random segue, but whenever you say Laurie, I think of a truck.
It's Lori. I think you're thinking of
Lorry.
Yes. Yep.
Our therapist truck. What? Oh my god, that sounds very unnecessarily inappropriate.
What do you mean?
I'm so sorry, Laurie.
I don't know what is in your
Sorry,
Laurie.
Laurie. Sorry, Laurie.
Sorry, Laurie.
Sorry, Laurie. Yeah.
The Laurie Gottileb, I was telling you about. She's more of a CBT oriented therapist, if I'm not wrong. She's a little bit older, right? So
no, I think she's psychoanalysis.
Oh yes. My bad.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, psychoanalysis, and the only just this in the book. Maybe you should talk to someone. She is talking about
someone. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just had to do that. I don't know.
No, that is true. She is talking about someone, her ex. She is in therapy herself. And so there's this whole... she's describing how she's so stuck and like how she's so angry at her ex for leaving her, etc., to her therapist.
Etc. What am I doing? Sorry.
You're on a roll.
I'm so sorry.
The dad jokes are coming up.
Continue. Continue.
Please. You continue. So this thing, she was telling her therapist about how her ex left her and he kicked her. Like in the sense the therapist kicked her.
that never gets old, man.
I know, right?
What kind of a therapist was he?
Yeah, he's just like, they're sitting and he just kicked her on like across her like, her
Excellent,
foot.
Yeah.
And she was like, what the hell? Why would you do that? And he's like, well, you like torturing yourself so much with your own struggles, your thoughts. I thought I would just, help you with that. And she was like, what? And then I think they talked about this metaphor of like the invisible jail or something. along those lines, which reminds me of thwarted desire, which I was telling you earlier. But not quite. It's a little bit of that. So how she's kind of like how we're either given narratives or we get stuck in this one narrative a lot of times, that we're this way, hence we can only do this kind of a thing, A, B, C, we don't even think about thinking outside of A, B, C or X, Y, Z something. So her whole narrative was that she's the victim and the guy is the asshole because he left her, and now she's left with the ruins of that, what could have been. That was her narrative. But in this thing, the therapist kind of told her that you are putting yourself in this miserable position. The jail you're building the jail yourself, like all these, all this pain and all of that by thinking about him. Whereas what is really happening with you? So, and again, I found this a little pretentious. I was like, wait, you seem like you're disregarding the pain she's going through, right? But I think there was a bigger message there, which fine, I agree. I do agree with. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's like, what is it? She was kind of using him to not think about these other aspects of her life, like writing her book, or the fact that she felt alone a lot of times, and she wanted like a placeholder, like a person. She saw all these signs of this guy wanting to leave the relationship, how he did not really enjoy the company of her son. So she has a son, right? And this guy was like, he would always want to get away from him and sort of spend time with just her, and he didn't like children in general, all that. So she chose to kind of ignore those signs.
And she had some illness also, right? Like,
oh yeah, she did. And yeah, I don't remember quite what that was. Yeah, but something. She had something. So she was sort of building this narrative in her life, and she definitely had the option to like start writing the book, a long time ago, even before meeting the guy, and to kind of do all these things apart from therapy. She has a podcast now, so like to make a podcast.
Do check it out. It's a lot better than our podcast.
It's so good. It's
like if you
so
want
good.
actual
therapy,
educational material and not like what we are saying here, which
Yeah.
is just like I don't even know what this is.
It's a rant.
Yeah,
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's called Dear Therapist. I've learned a lot from that podcast. So.
And I have learned a lot from her book, actually. She's genuinely a very insightful, impressive. Everyone can attest for it. And every therapist especially should get a copy.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you should talk to someone. This is not a paid sponsorship.
No,
this is a grateful sponsorship.
Grateful. We're just we're passionate about that book. It's actually changed our... I remember, I think Thomas Sir told us about this book.
We are so passionate about it that we haven't finished it.
What are you talking about? You haven't finished it.
Yeah, you finished it?
I finished it like twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Dude.
wow. I so sorry about that. There's a bit of a miscommunication.
Oh, no.
So what happens is that like I can't read books cover to cover. It's very difficult for me.
Oh, I can't
So I
either.
keep switching, like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. And then afterwards I go to the next book.
You've
and then I
read-
come back also.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, I mean I've finished the 2 part. The book has 3 parts, right?
Yes.
So I finished the 2 parts.
Okay.
Finished 2 parts, and I'm well into part 3, like a few chapters.
I think you just take in a lot of a book. It's not that you cannot finish it.
Yes, that is very annoying. It's like whenever there's a sentence I don't understand, I have to keep rereading it.
Oh,
again
like
and
that.
again.
No, I thought that you just like, how I have to read a book twice or thrice sometimes to get the whole, get a lot out of it. But I think you do it like at once. You're just absorbing a lot from the book.
I think you're giving me too much credit.
I don't know.
But anyway, point is, coming back to Laurie Gottileb,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
another facet also to that narrative, which was that she had that illness.
Oh,
So she
yes.
felt that death is near.
Oh, yes.
And like she heard
Yeah,
her
yeah.
boyfriend say that like, oh, there was this other girl that I used to date, but then she had like this knee issue because of which she couldn't do a trek, and like I mean, I just left her because like I don't want to be the person having to take care of her, like no. Like that's so she had that all, she heard that also, and she neglected that sign.
Because
so there was a deliberate neglect of a lot of sort of not exactly red, maybe you can call it red flags, but it's also more like
she chose to believe in this narrative.
Incongruent sort of like it's not aligning with her vision, but she chose to ignore all of those things because she felt that her death is near, and if this guy doesn't work out, then
who else?
Then I'm just gonna die alone.
Which is something that this was a difficult truth that she had to confront in therapy, which sometimes which is why therapy is difficult. Sometimes like clients come to you and they're like, just fix me, but that's not how it works.
Go to ChatGPT for that if you want to get fixed in like one prompt. If you
want someone agreeable, then go to ChatGPT.
If you want like the kind of growth which will permeate through issues, like it will not just be your quick fix, but when an issue similar to this occurs, you would be equipped emotionally and in all other ways to know what you want to do. Then I think you will need the kind of introspection which a therapy makes easy. Like there's another book called A Road Less Traveled or something, and there
the poem,
it's a poem also, I think, but it's also a book by another therapist, I believe. And he also says that with your emotional growth, there are good shortcuts and there are bad shortcuts, right? The bad shortcuts are the kind where you like sort of distract yourself and they don't actually solve the problem. But then there are these good shortcuts like therapy, which, I mean, if a person is introspective enough, they will arrive at those truths themselves. But a therapist can speed up that process like 10 times because they know exactly what to sort of question, which parts to bring up again, and there is an objective second force that's really like sort of curating from all of the experiences you have shared, which one is of importance, which one can be shelved for later because you're not ready for it right now. A therapist is actually thinking ahead and they have certain insights, but they don't share it with you instantly because the whole point
you to arrive
exactly
there by yourself.
Exactly, the whole point is to arrive at it by yourself. So that disclaimer is in order.
Where were we?
Laurie, we gotta get back to Laurie now.
Do we?
We were talking about her, like, why did the therapist kick why did the therapist kick her?
Right, the therapist kicked her because it was to prove a point that you are choosing your own suffering, kind of, to put it really in simple terms, I guess.
See, ChatGPT cannot emphasize the point for you. That therapist made Laurie feel it in her bones. ChatGPT does not have legs, so therapist 1, ChatGPT 0.
Anti-ChatGPT conversation.
Hey, I mean, come on, like I mean, viewers might be skeptical that like we are therapists, obviously we'll say negative things about ChatGPT because ChatGPT is like sort of stealing our jobs. I mean, factually that is true. That like if a lot of people go to ChatGPT, then that potentially takes away clients from us. That is true. But a therapist is not thinking about your downfall anyway. And ChatGPT, there is a bigger chance that you will sort of end up in a negative direction.
So going back to
bigger chance, like what was it? Good job, like, you can have a few grams of meth this week.
Yes. And this other disturbing case as well, which I don't want to mention here.
Well, I will mention it.
Yes.
So where
if that's okay.
the
disclaimer.
Yeah, I mean,
Trigger
okay,
warning.
I guess I will not use the triggering aspects, but if there is a person who is diagnosed with schizophrenia and has delusional thoughts, delusions, for those who don't know, are like basically those kinds of thoughts which people have, which even in like if even if you have evidence which cannot be what am I even saying? Sorry,
Do you want me
yeah, please.
Okay.
My brain is not braining right now.
No, it
Can you
is.
please explain delusion to our audience?
Delusion, in very simple terms, is a false belief. So, or it's a belief that is not supported by evidence. So, let's say you believe that you're the most beautiful person in the world.
Hey, different example. Every audience member, you are the most beautiful person in the world. Yes, that's not delusional. Because beauty standards are a scam.
Yes.
Other example, please.
Okay. The one example of a delusion is something called a delusion of persecution. That is, people are out there to kill you or harm you. Everyone's out there to harm you. So that's a type of delusion as well.
Yeah, so even if there is evidence that nobody is trying to harm you, you will still not believe that. You will be fully convinced that somebody is out there to harm you. Now, a therapist or like a clinical psychologist would have the expertise to know that it is, to discern that the person's not in an actual threat, and will assess the situation accordingly. Whereas LLMs like ChatGPT, which are trained to be agreeable, would actually take it as a real threat, and like, let's say if the delusional person here says that oh, and I think I need to like sort of run away from my family because I think so and so family member is trying to harm me, ChatGPT will be like, oh yes, absolutely you should, because your life and your safety comes first, like so and so things. The ChatGPT will not have the context or
they don't have the intelligence yet, I think, to
it's more like they may have the intelligence, but they're trained to be agreeable. So they will try to agree, and they will actually worsen your delusions because they will like literally reinforce everything that you're saying. ChatGPT will be like, yes, that's correct, that's valid, that is okay, actually that trigger warning was
so but we don't know how bad ChatGPT could can be yet. But going back to that Laurie Gottileb.
Sorry, Laurie.
Is that gonna be something you're gonna say every now and then?
Yes, absolutely.
So just this, I guess, thought experiment. Wait, no, is it a thought yes. Think about it yourself, whoever's listening.
Just the two of us.
Just the
two of us.
Oh my god.
Will I be copyrighted for?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 2 seconds.
Just the two of us.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know the lyrics. Just the two of us. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
What? Where were we?
Yeah, you were sorry, Laurie. Yeah, you were saying something
oh yeah, no.
About,
think about this. You are thought experiment. Think of a situation in your life where you felt like completely trapped, but like as if there are invisible walls, as if you're in a jail, right? Like you cry, you scream, you cannot get out of it. But so now fast forward a couple of years to the present, I guess, or a couple of months, whatever. Now you're thinking, why the hell did I just not leave that situation? Like, was I stupid or something, or just whatever you thought about yourself?
But weren't you trapped? You mentioned you were trapped in that.
You thought you were trapped.
Okay.
The feeling of being trapped.
Oh no! In this experiment, you are actually okay. You think you are trapped.
Yeah, you're trapped in your thoughts, in your feelings. Basically.
1 second. In this thought experiment,
yes,
you are in an actual room.
No.
You are in a metaphorical room.
Yes. Metaphorical. situation where you're
so
trapped.
Sorry, I got confused.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's good. I want to be clear. It's just metaphorically, you just that feeling of feeling trapped, that you're feeling completely trapped, that you cannot move, you're stuck, and you feel incapacitated, that you feel hopeless, basically. But looking back at that situation, you're like, wait, I wasn't trapped. In fact, if I could have just tried, or if one or two things were different, things could have been completely different.
Hindsight is 20/20, as they say.
Yeah. So, although it's okay, there's more to this. Why I am bringing this up is because the therapist was telling this to what's her name? Laurie Gottileb. Yeah, he's like, you are trapped in this narrative of telling yourself that you're the victim, that he's the asshole, and that you will be alone forever, and you have something, all of that. Whereas you could be doing anything you want at this moment. You could write the book. You can have your son. Who says that you cannot have... Oh, wait, no. No, she already has a son. Or you can still just like continue with your family, just you and your son, and that's it. Like, you don't need a father or something like that. But it was very scary for her to think that way, I think. To think of a family, I think, without a father. To think of something just completely new, right? Where am I going with this thought?
To think of that is the only normal where you will be happy.
Yes.
And in no other scenario can I actually live a meaningful or a fulfilling life. Only if the condition of me getting a partner and I'm living with the child, only in that reality I can be happy. I cannot be happy if I am just living with my son and I don't get someone for the rest of my life.
Oh, yes. And about her book, that she can only write the kind of book that she was told to write. And
yes.
That she cannot write about what she wants to, whatever she's experiencing, all of that. The book she ended up writing,
Yeah,
maybe
which became one of the bestsellers.
Yep. So, yeah. And that's another thing which I think this is everyone can relate to this, right? That this brings me to that Jean-Paul Sartre. Is that how you pronounce his name? Sartre. Satra's...
Mr. 17.
Mr. 17's... Ooh. Mr. 17's, I think, ideology, or what do you call it? I'm not familiar with philosophy and all. Just existentialism, there's an idea of like he says that people have free will, I think, but we're afraid of exercising it to the fullest. Having few choices is easier than thinking that you have all the choices in the world, basically, is sort of, I think, what he was going for. And to think that there's, the unknown, as they call it. So the unknown is scarier than at least like a bad known, if that makes sense. Right? So I'm gonna stop with my thought with this.
No, I mean, who doesn't experience this on their day-to-day life?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you rather choose between 2 ice cream flavors than 15?
That too, yeah.
And okay, maybe 2 is too less.
2 is too less.
Maybe like 4 ice cream flavors versus 40.
Yeah.
I would be very happy selecting amongst the 4.
I honestly, yeah, same. Choice paralysis is a thing.
Why is it a thing? Because you always feel you're missing out. And the more choices that there are, the more you feel that you're missing out on what could have been a better experience. And we as therapists actually deal with a lot of could have beens from our clients. And ourselves, in our own personal experiences also, we torture ourselves with these could have beens.
Like what?
Like, I mean, there's no immediate example that's coming into my mind, but
I guess I can think of.
Could have been, like, if, like, exactly what you were saying, like, if this could have been better, or if this would have happened, then I would have been at such a, if I hadn't gone through that experience, then I would have been, if I had gotten into this place, like, so many different
True.
Not able to think of a specific example at the moment.
No, makes sense. I can only think of like career choices.
Career choices, yeah.
If only I had picked up art. If only I was a musician.
Yeah.
If only I had done something safer in life, like accountancy or something.
Yeah,
or,
yes. I mean, I think every therapist at some point has thought that, am I in the right field? Like, like, yes, our work is very fulfilling and we know we are making a difference, but then there are not enough people to remind us of that, Like, it's largely a very underpaid, largely a very underappreciated, and also a very, like, sort of emotionally laborious, and with a lot of people, like, if there are therapists who are starting ventures by themselves, a lot of people questioning the high rates, showing straight up aggression about the fact that how can they be empathetic and then charge such high amounts. But then I've also heard like, all of these therapists, like, when there is even one client who after the session got over, at some point, like, sort of comes back and is like, like, remembers you in some way, that oh wow, like, like, I this is this, by the way, there's this thing happening in my life right now, and what you told me that in one of our sessions, it actually helped us so much. It might make us sound a little egotistical here, but like, it's not about us or our abilities as such, it's just about the fact that we could make a difference, and there are not enough people reminding us of that. So therapists out there, like, if this needs to be your affirmation, you are making a difference
for sure.
This is something that we don't tell ourselves, so we know exactly where you are coming from. And
it's nicer when it comes from someone else.
Yes. It is a very difficult profession you have chosen, but you have still taken up the difficult but noble endeavor of choosing something which very few people will understand the value of, but those who will understand your value would definitely be the clients in whose life you have made a difference, because the value change that you have made, that value change is something that words cannot describe. It's something that can only be felt by your client, and they will let you know that they have felt it. At least some point in your therapeutic journey or in your career, you will come across at least one such client who you really resonated with. Yeah.
Let's just sit with that thought for a sec. It's really nice. It's something that a lot of therapists need to shut up. Therapists need to hear.
Shut up. Exactly. That's what you say. Let's sit with it. Shut up. Shut up. I mean.
Yes. Wow. Look at the spikes on this thing.
Yeah.
It's so loud.
10 seconds of silence. Okay, where were we? I don't think it has been 10 seconds, but I lost patience.
Yeah, me too. Where were we? I was thinking of TA when you were mentioning that, when clients tell you that, oh, the thing you told me that actually helped me the other day, kind of a thing. You know how, transactional analysis. There's this another thing.
Yes. We are not psychologists anymore. We are talking about accountancy.
Yes.
Accountability.
We're talking about emotional.
No, I can't even commit to my joke anymore.
What do you mean? You can't.
Accountability, like, seriously, that's a term that even like that's very related to mental health. I was like gonna say something like accountancy or something, like commerce, accountancy.
You're too much of a therapist.
Financial literacy. Yes. Financial literacy. LIC policy. LIC policy. Is that why they named themselves LIC? Because it sounds similar to policy.
Who knows?
LIC policy.
Life insurance.
These
policy?
Marketers, I'm telling you, they really think about this.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure they thought of that policy, which is the descriptor for LIC, has the word Lissy in it. Lissy rhymes with LIC.
So they're poets?
Hey, there is a bit of, I mean, the
life
kind of
insurance is art.
the kind of messages I get from Zomato.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, what was that? Like, do you want to take the rose to the moon? Gulab Jamun. some nonsense like that. There are poets amongst the copywriters who do this.
I cannot keep a straight face.
Okay, sorry, Laurie. Continue.
God.
Actually, no, we aren't talking about Laurie anymore.
No.
Sorry, Laurie. Yeah.
It's a
transactional analysis.
This is a segue. Like, this is a digression or a segue, whatever, to this another concept called transactional.
It's still under psychodynamic approaches, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. What was his name? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Some guy who built off of Freud. So, right? Is it Burns? Is this not? No. Yeah, anyway.
We forgot your name. Sorry.
Wow.
I think people will just tune off because of the amount of digressions.
Would we tune off? That's the only thing.
No. Finish your thought, please.
Okay. So, TA, short for transactional analysis, there are three voices. Okay, that's the parent voice, the child voice, and the adult voice within us. Just imagine these three things, these three voices. The child voice is sort of like the id, and which is like, our desires, our impulses, what we like, what we dislike, kind of a thing. Something that comes natural to us, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong in this.
Yeah, no, it's right. Child voice.
Yeah. The adult voice.
Actually, let's explain the parent voice before.
Oh yes, the parent voice. The parent voice is basically that the moral sort of voice, that you should do this right, you should do that right. That critical sort of voice we have within us that tells us what we should and should not. It's kind of black and white that way. You can think of it as literally your parent's voice, sort of telling you what to do. And the adult voice is sort of like in the middle ground. The voice of reason, as you put it. The voice that's telling you that's balances out these two. The balances out your impulses from the shoulds and should nots, in the sense that it's like, okay, this is a reasonable thing to do. Let's do this. Does it align with your morals? It's that, right? If I'm not wrong.
I think so, yeah. Does it align with your morals, but at the same time, does it account for who you are as a person? Like, taking into account the child's needs.
Yes. So, parent and child, middle ground, adult voice.
Yes.
So so a lot of my clients that I've been speaking to, whom I've spoken to, they have like a very strong parent voice, like a critical voice, telling them that you shouldn't do this, like a voice that's constantly sort of shaming them or constantly praising them, I suppose. Let's stick to the critical voice, right? So that's constantly telling them that you shouldn't do this, you're a terrible person, you're not good enough. So, and that voice is something that they carry with them everywhere that they go. It's like how we're an amalgamation of all the people we've met in our lives. So it's not, that parent voice might not necessarily be like just your parent. It could be like a teacher or just someone from your past, anyone, that critical voice, or just whoever, right? It can be your own voice as well. And with some clients, I've also reached that point where they can say that, you know what, I am starting to question that parent voice now a little bit. That like, am I really not good enough? Am I really this? Am I really that? And what do you say? They are internalizing a different voice now, their own voice, which is slightly less critical. Sometimes they're internalizing the things that I'm telling them, like that thing.
Yes, transference, it's called. In psychoanalytic theories, all these transference where the clients adopt this helpless position of telling the therapist, okay, then you tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And kind of treat the therapist as their parent.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, it's or like any other figure in their life.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. So sometimes here and there, I've heard clients tell me that, oh, you told me this thing, so I've kind of been trying to do that, and that's helping me question like the critical voice or something like that. Or I was just thinking about that, like the TA voices and how these voices kind of evolve throughout our lives, and a lot of times like we don't realize how strong one voice is than the other. For a lot of people who have, let's say, this is again another digression, who've kind of experienced neglect, I think they don't have like a very critical parent voice. They have an absence. They don't have a voice. So, right? Like, no?
Which one?
Like, let's say you have, you haven't had like a parent that's constantly involved in your life. So you kind of had to step in yourself. You had to be that adult. You had to be also the parent for yourself. You know,
I wonder how it materializes then. I actually don't know.
No?
How it would materialize in that situation. Could be different for different people, obviously.
It could be different for different people.
Yeah.
But I've seen it in hyper independence, I think. Like how they had to kind of take the reins of
Parentified child. And the parents are not parenting, then the child becomes the parent. When they should actually be listening to their children impulses.
Yes.
They are taking on responsibility and doing things which are well beyond their age at that point, till the point that they learn to probably this is not how it will materialize everywhere, suppress their child voice. They lose the child within themselves. They become these very serious, critical, judgy people towards themselves and maybe towards other people as well. The child voice is lost and you're just like become this
very buried, more like
very buried.
It's buried deep within. They can, from people, I don't know, I haven't heard any one of my clients say that the child voice is completely gone. It's just there, but very like suppressed.
It probably manifests later, like somewhere down in adulthood they realize that, oh, like I have not had a childhood, I have been dealt with very unfairly, and I have all the right to be angry, and you know what, life is short, you only live once. Now I will like complete resistance to all sort of norms that just to hell with all these rules and regulations and all of those things. I am going to subvert everyone's expectations because I was not allowed to as a child. I was not given the right to. So that could also happen.
It could.
There are a lot of possibilities. Actually, this reminds me, in our training as therapists, one of the activities that we had was basically we had to record ourselves just going on a rant for 1 hour, roughly. And then
we paired up.
Actually the two of us only paired up for this. So then Harish sent me their recording and then I sent my recording to them. And basically we then looked at each other's recordings and we analyzed what voice in that rant is the parent voice. If you're correcting ourselves, then that kind of what voice sounds reasonable, that was like the adult voice, and what voice we are just like making jokes, taking things unseriously and just following our impulses without filter, that
the
was
child
like
voice,
the child voice. In fact, if you listen to this very podcast, this recording itself can be like content for transactional analysis. You will see our child side coming out at points. Some points where we are like, oh, wait a second, we are still in a podcast. This podcast is about therapy and things like that. Let's not divert off the topic too much, okay? That's like the parent voice. Like
parent voice or is the adult voice?
Probably the parent voice. Like you ought not to do this. When there are shoulds and musts of that kind, I think it's the parent. Like
you gotta follow the format of a podcast.
Follow the format. And adults like, okay, it's okay to have some fun as long as there is some latent structure around.
Yes.
I guess that's...
what about the assignment you were saying?
No, I'm just saying that it was pretty interesting that we analyzed each other's voices like that as training to be able to then sort of figure those voices out in the client as well. But obviously neither of us are transactional analysts. It's a very lengthy course. I've heard it takes up to 6 years to get a global license for transactional analysis. Wow. That's how rigorous and intense this training is. And what we have done is not even touching the surface.
No.
Maybe touching a molecule of what this heavy field has. Just like a taste test. Like that's what it is. So yeah. But I mean, honestly, with experience, it's just that we learn a little thing from here, learn a little thing from there, and we just use it everywhere, I guess. In our whatever helps the client,
Whatever helps the client. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I've seen my clients not even want to go that deep, like, in a sense, not do the whole 3 voices TA format thingy.
Yeah.
But never mind. That's a topic for another time.
And I think that we have done some information overloading at this point.
Yes.
And we don't want to cause indigestion. So I think that's more than enough information.
Yeah,
and
1 hour. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like if somebody reached this point without sleeping, without cussing at us, then I think you at least have the mental makeup to be a therapist. And with the right training, you would actually be an amazing listener.
Yay.
So kudos to you. Congratulations.
Yay,
You have been bestowed the award of
honorary therapist?
Not an honorary therapist, more like a person who has the potential to be a therapist with the right kind of training. Yes. From a reputable institute. Not reputable, I mean from a legitimate institution. And yes, the name of the medal has to be that big. The name of the medal has to be that big.
Oh.
A person who you have received the award for, a person who has the potential to be a therapist as long as you have taken the training from a legitimate institution.
That's a very big, the diameter of that medal would be huge.
Exactly, it might break your neck.
It might be, it's like the size of a CD or something.
Well, we can make the font very tiny so that people can...
They won't be able to read it.
Or we can make a merch which...
sure, yeah, just
like
a t-shirt that
which just says...
that's more less...
You have received the medal for...
I think this is why they have certificates instead of medals.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel you're eligible for this medal, then please treat yourself with a pizza slice because I think you deserve it.
Oh wow, I like how the circle pizza big. You thought of that?
Huh?
Big circle pizza.
Oh yes, I mean, I think a pizza-sized medal, will be appropriate. So
yeah, and then
yes,
you can eat it too.
Just buy yourself a large pizza.
Yeah.
And treat yourself as that. Like treat that as a medal. Honestly, yeah, I
why
think
not?
What is a medal anyway? Like
why are we thinking about
that?
No,
listen. Just last thought to entertain.
Yeah.
Medal is just like a piece of like honorary piece that you
symbol.
Put it in a shelf.
Yeah.
And then you kind of actually it is supposed to be there so that you don't forget about it, but it still stands forgotten. But maybe a good pizza, will you forget about an experience? Like if the medal was edible and delicious like a pizza,
like a chocolate medal
or a chocolate, then you would be like, oh yes, I remember that. Now whenever I eat this chocolate, I remember the time that I actually achieved this amazing feat.
This medal.
Maybe make positive associations like this. Treat yourself to a good time for like the small sort of achievements.
Or big achievements.
Or
whatever. What?
You mixed 2 words and it came out as bitch.
I did?
Big achievements, bitch.
That's my dyslexia kicking in, bro.
I don't think you have dyslexia.
I have something.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, something spicy in there, which I don't know what it is.
Yes, both of us are pretty spicy. I think if it was not clear from how we are recording this, I think there is something spicy going on.
We're Indians.
Yes, the pizza we have for you is pretty spicy.
Tandoori.
Okay, I think at this point we're
done.
We are done.
We're done.
I think our cognitive capacity for coherence has elapsed. And on that note, for the sake of our sanity and yours, we are signing out. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're listening to us. Thank you so much.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Huh? What?
Toodaloo.
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 I thought that was like an outro tune.
No.
Da-da-da-da.
Sure.
That's all, folks. Was the
Dun dun dun.
no? Sorry. That's all, folks. That's what they say, no?
Yes. It's like a 50s or 60s show.
Yeah. That's all, folks. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.